If you're working with a number of different creators or influencers and you want to see which one is returning back best for you, you can explore that deeper within Motion. We have a few different reports you'll probably want to explore here. So first one you're going to want to create is a comparative analysis report. So go ahead and click that up in the top left-hand menu. And what we're going to do is essentially bundle ads together based on our naming conventions. So this is why naming conventions can be so important and so key to getting that deeper level of analysis out. We do have some recommendations up earlier in the course here based on naming conventions. So check that out in terms of our top recommendations. Creator is one of them. So I know for me, I've added within my ad name my different creators. So I'm going to build those groups based on my naming conventions. So I know I have Bumblebee. I know I have Wheeljack. My second group. So ad name contains Wheeljack, and my last one, Optimus Prime. All right. Once I've built out these 3 different groups, or however many groups you have, you can add a limited number of groups basically here in this report. So add in all your different creators. Then you're going to get this higher level view of how each creator is performing in comparison to one another. Now in the bar chart, I'm going to keep it as spend and ROAS. I want to see how much spend we're putting behind that creator and how well they're returning back for us. If you don't have purchase as your bottom line metric, you can change it very easily to something like cost per app install, cost per lead, whatever that might be for you. Feel free to swap ROAS out to whatever that bottom line metric is in your case. Now in this view here, I can essentially see, like I mentioned, how much spend I'm putting behind each of these creators and how well they're returning back for me. In this case, I can see, okay, we haven't put as much spend towards Bumblebee, but they're actually returning quite well for us. So in my next iteration of creator content, maybe I want to hire Bumblebee, put a little bit more spend behind them and see how well they can continue to return for us. So that higher level view just allows you to quickly and easily see how each creator is performing. Now, feel free to throw on some additional filters or global filters to apply to all of these groups. So for example, say I wanted to look within just a specific product line. Let's just say lavender is a certain product that I have. It's within my naming as well too. And I only want to look at my lavender products because I know I have these creators working with these products specifically. I can add that filter to only pull in ads that match that. Or say I only want to look at maybe prospecting ads. I can throw in a filter for that as well too. And feel free to stack as many of these on as you would like to, again, just curate that view to make sure we're comparing apples to apples. Now, it's great to be able to see which creator is performing best in comparison to one another, but I might want to dive in even deeper into what specifically is working with the creator. Maybe they're making a bunch of different style content for me, and there's a certain style that's actually performing best. To dive deeper into that, we're going to want to make a top performing report. Head down to the table chart down here and click into whichever group you want to see. I can click here and get a really quick glance at the different ads they're running in this view, but I'm actually going to want to go ahead and create a top performing report from this view. I'm going to swap over to card view because it pulls the creative first and forefront. So in here, I can start to see if I notice any themes. Is it always the lifestyle ads that are performing better than green screen style ads that they're making? And start to see, okay, what kind of content do I want them to lean into as I'm asking them to make more content? Now, as you can see, you can start to pull out some different themes of what's working really well with your creator and what's not working in terms of content. But let's get a little bit broader. Let's go ahead and create our next report style, and I'm going to show you how to pull in a report looking at all your different creators holistically, not a comparative report of one next to the other, but just all your creators in general. And then we're going to analyze what's working well. What are our top performer creator ads in general? Because then you can start to pull some inspiration, which you can then share externally with your creators, future creators, whatever it might be. So to go ahead and do that, we're going to click Create Report up in the top left-hand corner, and we're going to build a top performing report. So our recommendations here is within your naming conventions to have a general tag. What I mean by that is mentioning in the ad somewhere that it is a UGC creator or an influencer and then putting their specific name after it. By having a general tag in there, we're able to really quickly and easily build a report just on all creator ads in general, rather than having to filter based on all your creator names to build this out. Now within our demo account here, we actually don't have a general tag that I can use. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go through the steps of adding it all by ad name. So I'm going to go ahead and create it by ad name contains Bumblebee. And then I'm going to do an or statement for my next one. So let's put in Wheeljack. And then one last one for Optimus Prime. Now, I only have 3 creators in this case. If you had a whole bunch, you can see how this would be a little bit of a pain to have to go ahead and add all these different OR statements. So by having one general tag somewhere within your naming, just mentioning it's a creator or an influencer ad, it's going to save you a lot of time in this case. So now that I've gone ahead and applied that, like I said, it's going to pull in all the ads that technically are creator ads based on my naming. Now I have this higher level view of all my creator ads. I'm going to go over to card view because it shows the creative first and forefront, so it's the way I like to personally look at it. Now, if I want to truly pull in our top performing creator ads to use as inspiration, I'm going to use a couple filters here. I'm going to add a performance metric filter for spend above $1,000. I can say if it's spent over $1,000, it's probably working well in my case. And I also want to make sure a performance metric filter of ROAS above 4, let's say. So feel free to throw in whatever metrics here would make the most sense to you in terms of it being considered a top performing ad. That way we're only looking at, like I said, our top performing creator ads. Now the next thing I might want to do is layer in some of our motion metrics to paint a better story of what specifically is working well with these ads. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in. We have a hook score, which is how well we can capture attention. Watch score is how well we're keeping people post hook, which is 3 seconds all the way to the end. Then we have click score, which is essentially how well did we get people to click out to the website. And then the last one we have is our convert score. And convert measures how well we got people to purchase. So something to keep in mind with convert score is it is based on purchases. So if you're actually running towards leads or app installs, for example, you're going to want to swap that to be whatever your bottom line metric is. In this case, click to leads, click to app install, etc. So feel free to swap that last one out. Now, another thing you're going to notice here is that some of the ads don't have a hook or watch score. These are very specific to video. So I'm going to go ahead and actually throw on one more filter for ad setup. Ad type is video. So I'm only looking at our video creator ads specifically. And now I'll just have our video ads popping in here. So now that we've gone ahead and pulled our top performing creator ads, I might want to share this externally with our creators, whether it's existing creators or future creators. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and save this report. Let's call it creator performance report. Maybe we'll call it our top creator performance report. Let's go ahead and click save. So share report essentially creates a URL you can send to anybody, whether they are within your Motion organization or outside of it. Therefore, I would recommend before you click share to adjust the table chart below because this will pull in. So you're going to click custom and click customize columns. And in here, you're going to remove out any metrics you don't want to share externally with your different creators. So I'm going to take out spend, ROAS. I'm actually going to take all of these metrics out. The only thing I want to show to them is our motion metrics. Now I would go ahead and click save as new preset, just name it your creator preset, whatever you'd like, and then you'll be able to apply that to any report anytime rather than having to manually go in, delete metrics out, add metrics in. So save that as a preset so you've got it nice and easy to access. Click apply. As you can see now, you just will have those motion metrics in the table chart here. So now let's go ahead and share it. And essentially, the thing I love about our motion metrics is that, like I said, it hides out any of the information you probably don't want to be sharing externally, like how much spend went behind something, as well as specific percentages and measures of how well an ad's doing on that level. But you want to be able to let your creators know which ads are working and just give them inspiration. So motion metrics are going to be awesome for that. So I'm going to click share report and I might say use this as inspiration for ads / content. I'm going to copy that link and it's going to generate a URL, like I said, I can share externally. And this is essentially what it will look like. It's going to have all the ads I've selected. My table chart's going to be edited to only pull in these 4 metrics, and they'll be able to click onto any bits of content here to preview the ad as well. So again, great way for being able to showcase what ads we want people to lean into, where to get inspiration from, and it's shareable with anyone. We also have the comment section where you can have comments back and forth. So definitely use the share report option when you're working with creators to give that feedback or just share inspiration. So there you have it. That's how you can analyze further your influencers or creators to see which one is performing better over others, to pull inspiration on what kind of content we want other creators to lean into, and to share feedback with our different creators as well.